Hi, welcome to a Strength Training Express. We've got about 20-25 minutes to work really a lot of upper back and arms today. You'll need a light set of dumbbells. I'm going to use 3 pounds. You may need more or less, so feel free to have a variety of weights, as well as a resistance band. It doesn't matter if it's a looped band, mine are all tangled, or if it's just one long piece, won't matter one bit. When you are ready to get started, meet me standing. Make sure there's a little bit of free wall space nearby. And then just take a little floppy arm twist side to side. Take a couple deep breaths, whatever's been going on in your day. Whenever you're watching this video, morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, weekday, see if you can land in your space. You might keep the eyes open and look around your room. You might blink the eyes down. In fact, go ahead and come into stillness. So come through the center and then just shift the weight from foot to foot, palms face forward. If you ever done yoga, you're gonna think Shavasana here. So front side of the body open. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Blink the eyes open, back your body up to the wall. So we're gonna warm up first. I'm already warming up. When we're working the back, it's super important to warm those muscles up because a lot of us aren't really that connected to our back body. Bring the back of the head to the wall, the shoulder blades to the wall, your heels to the wall, and your low back or your back hips. And then palms face down, sweep the wall with your arms, just coming up and down, very soft sweep. Maybe you even bring the arms a little distance away from the wall. Just notice how the shoulders are moving. Let's do a couple more like this. Try and keep the sides of the neck nice and long, and imagine that you're moving through resistance on the way down. So one more on the way down. Imagine that the arms are moving through like cement here, wet cement. Great. Step away from the wall. Give your head a little nod side to side. Take a couple little half circles with the chin. So the upper traps are going to probably get involved, these muscles right here. We want to make sure that they're warmed up and relaxed and that they're not necessarily going to take over. So we'll be able to differentiate as we get going. Let's shrug the shoulders. Looking down at my warm-up sheet, shrug the shoulders, big shoulder circles. Still taking those nice deep breaths. All right, we're gonna grab the band in a second here. So meet me with your band. I'm gonna take a banded pull apart. You want the band to be pretty slack. Arms are out in front of you. I'll show you from the front angle and from the side. You're gonna tug that band to your chest. Try and keep the trunk of your body still so you're not leaning toward that band. Your spine is straight and tall. You're rooted through your feet, your legs, your core is braced. And think about the movement of the shoulder blades here. This is starting to come into the neck excessively. You can feel free to lower the arms a little bit, see if that changes anything. Do a couple more like this, and then we're going to swap out our grip. We're activating the muscles that move the shoulder blades toward the spine and away from the spine. Great, we're going to do the same thing, but turn your palms to face up. So you're going to hold that band with the palms up. Bring the arms a little bit lower. I'm gonna add a little more slack to my band, and then same movement, but the arms are down a little bit. Big breath long through the side of the neck. Probably feel this in the core a little as well. Some of these workouts I've designed to be short, but real effective. So if you're not feeling like this is challenging, go ahead and put more tension, move your hands closer together. I feel plenty challenged here. All right, when you're ready, ditch the band, meet me on all fours. We're gonna come into a quadruped position. Just check in with the wrists, circle the shoulders a couple times over the wrists. Switch the direction of those circles, claw into your mat or your floor with your fingers. You're going to keep the arms straight as you come through neutral. The core is active, keeping your spine in neutral, but you're not bracing in a really intense way, just so that you feel supported through your trunk. Arms stay straight. Imagine the shoulder blades moving toward each other as you drop your chest toward the thumbs, toward the mat. So shoulder blades squeeze in toward the spine. And then press into your hands and broaden the upper back. Shoulders move away from your spine. We're just gonna take these little scapular push-ups here. Take them slow to start. Oftentimes you're gonna feel more and your body is going to engage more muscle fibers when we slow this movement down and get real deliberate with it. If it feels a little challenging, if that scapular push-up is hard to find, that's fine. Keep sticking with it. It'll happen over time. Let's do 3 more here. So the way this is going to work, we're in our working set. We're going to take it through all the way 2 times. So this is exercise 1 of our working set. Tuck your toes under. You can keep the knees down if you'd like, but walk the knees back a little bit so that you're on the tops of the thighs, right above the knee. You might lift the feet up. We're gonna take a push-up here, so lower the chest all the way down. If you're on your knees, tuck the toes, bring the feet back behind you. And then reach the arms forward, point the nose down, tuck your chin in toward your chest. You can turn the thumbs to point upward here. Lift the arms out into a Y shape. So arms are out at an angle. And squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Feel those muscles alongside your spine active. Tailbone is tucked gently, glutes are engaged. Lift and lower for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And come back to high push-up. Use your knees if you like, so you're back at the top of a plank. And then lower back down to your chest. This time, we're gonna reach the arms forward, stay on the toes, glutes are engaged, reach the arms forward, and then pull the elbows down toward your side. Imagine that you're trying to send your body forward past the top of your mat. Reach the arms forward. It's like a pull-up move. If you want, you can even grasp air and pull down. 3 more, so we'll do 5 before we come back to our push-up. For 2. 1 more here. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Use your knees if you like. High push-up. Nice deep breaths here. Try and broaden out the upper back. Maybe you lift the hips just a tiny bit so that you feel the webbing of the abdominals can lift up and in. Everything from right above the hip bones to the breastbone and the bottom of the ribs, pulling up and in. Nice, lower down, slow and controlled. This time, bring your nose all the way to the mat. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your arms out to your side. I'm going to turn my head to an angle just so that my voice doesn't get muffled. Arms to the side into a W. Glutes are still engaged. And then lift the head and the neck and the arms. Hold the arms up. Keep the head and the neck lifted. Lower the pinky finger side of your arms down. And then lift back up. Pinky finger side of the arms taps down and lift back up. For 3 more. Without rushing, for 2 more. Sometimes the slower we go, the more muscles we stimulate. Last one here. Back to high push-up. We're gonna grab the dumbbells and meet up in a quadruped position. You have the option, actually just take one of your dumbbells. You have the option to come to a plank pose. For me, I'm gonna stay in this quadruped position. We're gonna grasp the dumbbell with the right hand and take a row. Row that elbow up toward your right side body. Bring that dumbbell down outside of the right hand, plant the right hand, reach behind the right wrist, catch the dumbbell with your left hand, and then row that dumbbell up on the left. Bring the dumbbell down outside of your left hand, reach right arm underneath and behind the left arm, take a row, and then plant the dumbbell back down. We're just gonna alternate side to side here. Hand stays inside of that dumbbell when you set it down, so that you've got to reach a little bit farther across. Press the floor away with the hand that's on the ground there. It's okay if the coordination doesn't come together immediately. Sometimes we're not only working the muscles, but also our mind. So those neuromuscular connections, I think I just messed mine up actually, take time to build. We're here for 20 more seconds. Really squeezing upward with that elbow that's coming up into that row. Keep pressing the floor away, trying to square your chest toward the mat. Remember, if you need more for the last 5 seconds, you might come to your push-up position. Switch it to the other side last time there. Great. Go ahead and lower all the way down. And then we'll rest in cobra or sphinx pose, bringing the elbows down underneath the shoulders. You can catch the opposite biceps here. And then slouchy shoulders. Let your shoulders drift up toward the ears. Get a couple of recovery breaths. Notice how the arms are feeling. Give your head a gentle little nod, side to side or front to back. Maybe up and down, releasing any tension in the neck, the jaw. And then we're gonna roll it onto our butt for a wide row sit-up. Grab your dumbbells, one in each hand. You're gonna have the knees bent, heels down, knees bent. Arms start out in front of you with a little bend in the elbows. You're gonna open the arms into like a wide row. So pulling back as if you've got cables that you're pulling back, and bring one knee into your chest. Bring that foot back down, reach the arms forward and switch. We're just taking that wide arm row. The farther you lean back, the more challenging it is for the abdominals. So maybe you work with a more upright position. This is where I'm gonna hang today. Feel that pull back. So sometimes what we've got to do when we're working the back at home is really generate what's called internal resistance. The back body is pretty challenging, honestly, to work at home without some sort of a gym, to do like body weight and dumbbell work. So imagine how much force you would have to generate when you've got those dumbbells in front of you, as if those cables were, I don't know, had like 50 pounds on each of them. Sometimes just imagining that gets the muscles to light up. You're also getting a lot of bicep here. That bend in the elbows. Just 10 more seconds. We're gonna roll it onto the back slowly, carefully, with the dumbbells. In 4, 3, keep the dumbbells in front of your chest. In 2 and 1, dumbbells in front of your chest. Roll it down nice and slow. Step your feet down underneath your knees. You're gonna take it right into tricep extensions. You're gonna lift the dumbbells up over your head and then bring the dumbbells toward the temples. Bend your elbows as you bring the dumbbells right toward the temples and re-extend the arms up. So tricep extension here. Press the shoulder blades into the mat or the floor underneath you. You absolutely don't need a mat for a class like this. When I'm not recording it, I'm practicing often on carpet, just comfy, staying cozy. One of the benefits of working out from home, there are those drawbacks because we don't have certain machines or equipment. But one of the benefits is letting yourself get really comfortable in your space so you can just focus on the movement in your body. Notice what you're feeling in your upper arms here. Try and keep the upper arms still. If you're feeling this in the elbows, go ahead and bring the upper arms forward toward your knees a little bit. So those dumbbells might come down toward the shoulders instead of the temples, perhaps. If this feels way too easy and you don't have bigger weights to go up in, bring your arms back a little bit. So they're not quite perpendicular. You're creating a little angle between your arms and the floor. Pressing the shoulder blades down. Just 10 more seconds. Good, squeezing the dumbbells. One more strong rep here. And then bring the dumbbells to your side. Nice work. We are going to take it to a half kneeling position. So let's start with the left foot forward. And then just one dumbbell in your right hand. Left foot forward. You can tuck the right toes for a little bit more support for your balance here, or you can untuck the right toes if that feels better. We're gonna drop that dumbbell right by your hip with the palm facing forward, and then take half of a bicep curl. So just coming up halfway. I'll turn to the side here. For 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, curl all the way up to the shoulder. Flip your palm away from you, and then press that weight up over your right shoulder. Bring it back down to your side and push it up. For 4. Play with the range of motion if you need. If the shoulder is talking to you in an unpleasant way here, you might not straighten out fully at the top. That's great. Last one like this. All right, flip the palm around. Full range of motion bicep curl for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to slow myself down a little bit. I'm looking at the clock and thinking, we have to speed up here, but slow it down a little bit. 2 and 1. Okay, set that dumbbell down. We're taking it right back to your scapular push-up. If you didn't feel like you were getting close to a nice kind of challenge point last time, take it to a plank and take your scapular push-ups there. Otherwise, you're in a quadruped position with the knees down. Press the floor away. In either case, the arms stay straight. And this is about the movement of the shoulders. Lengthening the crown of the head forward, away from your breastbone. 3, 2, we're gonna lower all the way down on 1, lower all the way down. Keep the toes tucked, keep the glutes engaged, reach the arms forward to a Y, and then pull the arms down toward your side. Option, if you want, we're gonna move through just this kind of push up, pull up movement. If you want to grab your dumbbells, you can take the dumbbells, and add that added resistance. Remember, think about the direction of the resistance. So this one is really about that pull. Maybe you lift the chest a little bit on that pull, not lifting the neck a ton more, but using those spinal extensors, the muscles that trace alongside the spine. 3, I'm ditching my dumbbells. For 2, and 1. Back to quadruped or to high push-up. We just need one of those dumbbells. So reach underneath, catch the dumbbell with one hand, row that arm up, set that dumbbell down, and then switch. Catch it with the other arm, take it into your row, set it down, reach under and across and up. Moving through your rows here. I want to make sure we have time for a little cool down. But I definitely want to get us that left side and a little bit more of a burn. If you've got the strength to support it, try a couple of these from your plank position. Try and minimize the movement in the hips. So you'll separate your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. Take it one more time on each side. Really deliberate on this last rep of this movement. Nice. Okay, drop it back for your wide row sit-up. Grabbing your dumbbells, starting with the arms forward, micro bend the elbows. As you open the elbows to the side, bring one knee up and then alternate. Lift the chest through your arms. If you're feeling this in the upper sides of the neck, those upper traps, bring the dumbbells and the elbows down a little further. A little too close to my wall here. Just 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, lower it all the way down onto your back. One more set of triceps, one more set of that half kneel, and then we're pulling it down. Overhead tricep extension. I'm gonna add a little extra to this one. If this is feeling like plenty, stay here with your full range of motion. If you need a little bit more, bring the dumbbells all the way down, and then just lift the dumbbells about 4 inches. Bring the dumbbells back all the way down, lift another 4 or 5 inches, just that half range per 10. Very nice, still taking deep relaxed breaths and pressing the shoulder blades down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If you're doing that half range, come all the way up, little pull up there, and then take it to your half kneel, this time with your left knee back, your right knee forward. That dumbbell comes into your left hand, and then we've got our little half bicep curl for 5, 3 more, 2, 1, full range. Bring that dumbbell to your shoulder, rotate your palm, and then push it up, pull it down, push and pull. So 3 more, moving through resistance. Last one. Flip the palm around, full range of motion, bicep curl. 9, 8, 7, pulling it down in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, set everything out of your way, dumbbells out of your way. Lie down on your left side with your knees bent. You can straighten your left arm out underneath your head. And then we're just gonna lasso that right arm around in space. Make some slow arm circles here. You might find a really nice stretch as you reach the arm up overhead. 2 more in whatever direction you started. And then take the arm circles in the other direction here. You can relax and ungrip any tension in your neck, through your jaw. Take that arm long, just drape your right arm over the right side of your head, over the right ear or right temple. Breathe into your right ribs, right lungs. Go ahead and switch sides. You could just roll over to the other side. I'll shift my head around so that I'm not facing away from the screen. Lying down on the other side, and then just mobilizing that top arm, nice and gentle here. So you do a little bit of mobility work after resistance training, after contracting those muscles, to give the nervous system the message that it's safe, that it doesn't need to make us super duper sore. Switch the direction of those arm circles. A nice way to soak up the benefit of all of your work in those stabilizer muscles. Take that top arm long overhead. Couple deep breaths into your upper side body, breathing into your left lung, left ribs, left side waist. And go ahead and come up to a seated position. We're just going to take a couple rounds of seated cat-cow, and then we're done. Bend your elbows to the side, tip the chest up, maybe even send your tailbone back. Big breath in. Bring your forearms and palms together. Tuck the chin to your chest. Maybe even tuck the tailbone under as you round into cat as you breathe out. Inhale, open into cow. Exhale, round it into cat. One more big breath in. Breathe out. Awesome work. Take great care of yourself. Let me know how that felt for your body, and I hope to see you soon.